Hello, 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 and welcome to the Man United Agenda's time. This is our time. This is our time.
What are you doing?
Oh dear. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome. YABBA Forge, Mr. B in the house as well. We're here to talk all things Man United. And as you know, season's done, but we still got topics to touch on, obviously. And we know that they're over playing in the Far East right now. Man United, they had a training session today. So there's transfer news as well to talk about, and the Man United agenda. So I'm joined by Mr. B. Mr. B, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Just just want us to officially sign somebody. You know, we're good at all of the pre-signing part of it. I just want us to just a proper here we go, get it done, and just so we can move on to the next target. But no, at least we're getting things done early, or we're moving. We seem to be moving early.
We had a chat yesterday about confidence going forward for the coming season. So you're saying you just want to get transfers done, and then obviously we can reassess how you feel later on once the transfer deals are done. Because you obviously yesterday I didn't get the impression from you that we would be improving too much.
No, I think we're going to improve. It's just the gap of the improvement that obviously you said from where we were, where we are, to where you think we're going to be. I just think that gap is too big. I do expect us to improve, but then everybody else is going to improve as well. So let's hope we don't end up staying in the same place, you know?
For sure. Let's just say hello to a few people in the chat. Just manoeuvring around here. So big up Stephanie Griffiths, long time no speak. Personally, one-to-one. Hope you're doing well. And I'm going to roll you. I'm going to set you up for some jokes today, some puns and some jokes. So make sure you're on your best form. Good evening. This is from Chat Sports. How you doing, Chat Sports? Nice to see you. I am Titanium. How are you? He said, big up, guys. Big up to you, my friend. And hello, hello, hello. Remember that series from the 80s? It's
Renee.
Rebel. Do you remember that? Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, with Renee and I don't know who. I don't remember. I just remember Renee. Renee was the bar led man. I remember what the two women looked like, but I don't remember what their names were.
I've never really found it funny, not belly laugh or anything, but yeah, it was a big hit, wasn't it, back in the day?
There's something on in it when we only had 4 channels.
Yeah,
you kind of your choices are limited, so you end up watching bloody hello. Jesus Christ.
I mean, was it Songs of Praise and One Man and His Dog and all those shows they used to have on a Sunday? And
I didn't do One Man and His Dog and Songs of Praise, bro. That wasn't. I didn't get that low. I'm afraid. But yeah, I'm sure ITV probably had some Songs of Praise. Are you serious?
Sunday, Harry Seacombe and all these guys used to do. Yes, people just don't know. If you're not old enough to remember, it used to be dead boring, and we used to play out instead. So hello. Big up to Rebel. Nice to see you, bro. We also got Stephanie Griffith saying here, professionalism rules. YABBA and Mr. B. Is that a dig at our intro?
Probably. It's all right. We'll have a surprise for you guys soon. Don't worry.
Simon Warner, how you doing, Simon? He said, good evening, legends, and right back at you. Hope you had a good day. Mine was special in a way. Do you want to elaborate on that? First, before I continue with the comments, he says he hopes we had a good day. How was your day, Mr. B?
It's always good, isn't it? You wake up, the day's got to be blessed, man. So, had a good day.
I agree.
Not as good as a Friday.
And you see the sun. It's a good day.
Sun? Did you see sun this morning when you?
Well, I didn't see the sun, but it was there behind the dark clouds and the rain. I knew it was there, but yeah, it's a good day, and we have to give thanks every day, don't we? And Simon, I'd like to know why your day was very special. If you would like to give us some information about that, please. Yes, Rebel's getting lots of long time love. We love you, long time Rebel. Did you see we're playing silly buggers with Wolves on paper?
No, I think it's all sorted. I'm sure Ornstein just tweeted something that we've agreed. It's all agreed now, and they're going to try and plan the medical.
Okay.
They're not going to do all of that to find themselves publicly embarrassed. So maybe it was 1 or 2 little hiccups, but look, I still see the deal getting done.
We've got Alan Harris. How are you, Alan Harris? Nice to see you. Says we need our signings done early this year. Yeah, you're right on that, Alan. I think all of us agree with that. It'd be nice to get it all done, as Mr. B was saying at the start of the show. Stephanie Griffiths gives some love to everybody. We've got Iron Titanium said, okay, all right. I need to vet these comments before we go through. Iron Titanium, behave yourself. Let's see. Big up to Andrew Williams, the Welsh goddess. God, sorry, not goddess. He's a god. Hope you're doing well, Andrew. Nice to see you in the house. We've got Yabba. We say only hello, hello. Yeah, oh yeah. It wasn't 3 times. It's hello, hello, the old series. Who else is it? What else we got? We've got Rebel saying here. Don't forget MacGyver and Jake and the Fat Man and Kojak.
What were we talking about when that came up now?
These are TV shows from the 80s, I imagine.
Right, okay, cool.
MacGyver, we know about MacGyver. He used to get in, like, be in tight situations and use matchsticks to build a car and get out of it. It's that sort of thing. And then Jake, I don't know Jake and the Fat Man, but I know Kojak. Telly Savalas, Greek actor, bald-headed as well. We've got Tyrone in the house. Imagine if United signed Cunha and Mbeumo. Good start. All right, we're going to start with that. We're going to just discuss that quickly. And Simon, oh, here we go. This is what we were asking. So Simon's saying, today was the 45th anniversary since I started work after leaving school. Was in it for 10 years. It means a lot to me. Wow. So you left school, you've been in the same job for 45 years. Congratulations.
That can't be right. Today was the 4th. You've been in the same job for 45 years. That can't be right.
That was good. Isn't that a good service? I mean,
no, it is.
Go from job to job. If you're happy, if you find a job and you're happy in it, you might as well stay there.
Fair play, man. Fair play.
Well done, Simon. I'm not reading this right. It says, was in it for 10 years. It meant a lot to me. All right, so maybe now you retired. I'm not getting that, but 45 years anniversary since I started. All right, so he's in the job for 10 years, but he started 45 years ago. Okay, I get that. I get what you're saying there. What do you think about who's this coming on the free? Oh,
must be Semenya.
Semenya, not Semenya, the right back, ex-Barca player from Wolves. He's going on the free, isn't he?
Oh, is he? Oh, well, yeah, we can't be getting Cunha and Wolves. They finished below us. We can't take 2 of their players.
Okay, well, I think that he's going for free, so it would be a good signing, possibly. Mark my words, there's a good chance United fans will see the true Ten Hag team at Laven.
I don't give a shit. He's not
and nice to see you, Andrew, as well. Yep. Okay, Simon Warner saying here, these programs came from the 70s and 80s, showing my age. All right, any other great shows from the 70s and 80s? You want to just throw them out there during the show? But first of all, sorry, Simon saying he took his retirement at 60. I forget how old you are, Simon, but yeah, you threw me on that one. Semedo, that's the name. All right, I don't know. I think I'm hiding comments somehow, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, Mr. B, like Tyrone was saying there, Mbeumo, the Brentford left-footed winger, striker, 16, 20 goals. I think he scored this year. There's talk about him. That's come up lately, about him coming through and be him and Cunha as 2 number 10s possibly. How do you think that works? And doesn't that sort of, we talked yesterday on the show about, how many goals behind we are. But there you go. There's your solution. You bring Cunha in and Mbeumo, and that, gives you, 30 goals?
That's 30 goals. Yeah. That's...
Are you happy about that? I mean, how realistic is this signing? And what do you think of Mbeumo as a player?
I didn't like him much before this season. I'll be honest. Maybe I didn't see his maybe it was more about Tony. But this season I think he's come into his own. He's proved what a good player he is. He's very strong. He's a dual winner. And in the position obviously that that Amrin would be deploying him in, I think his characteristics are perfect for us. What Frank has said is that he will be sold this summer. 100%. So he's going to have suitors. I'm not sure we're going to be his number 1 priority, finishing so far down the table. Obviously, as a name, Man United, but we're going to have to sell him a project. And then we're going to have to fight off maybe the Newcastles, Not Arsenal. I mean, the thing is, everybody finished above us, so I think he will have his pick. Long term, I mean, I think it would be a pretty good signing. I always thought he was like 28, 29, but he's only 24 or 25, so it's not like he's not old. His face looks old, but he's not old.
Okay. I thought he was. I guess I would have said he's coming on to 27 soon, but I'm not.
I
I'm not
think he's
entirely
that old.
sure.
Hold on. I'm gonna get that out. Hold on.
Yeah, Andrew's just throwing out some shows here. Yes, Prime Minister, 40 Towers, and what happened to the Lightly lads? Bob and Terry.
25.
Oh, he's 25. That's young then. All right,
25.
that fits. That fits.
7th of August, 99. He was born.
Okay. So just talking about what we do know with Cunha coming in, there is news that here he wants the number 10 shirt, Mr. B. We discussed that yesterday. And obviously, Mr. Was it Rebel was talking there about there's a minimum release clause in his contract. Does that mean, Mr. B, we have to pay the full price or can we chop it up? How does that
Thanks.
work?
Thanks, Alan, for becoming a member. Appreciated, man. Sorry,
Bench
YABBA, God.
wicked. Yeah, thank you, Alan. Appreciate that, man. As you're saying about Cunha, so if he's got a minimum fee release, which is what 60 million or something like that, does that mean we have to pay the full price to release him to trigger that contract for him to actually have talks, or can we do what you do with other transfers, where you sort of pay a deposit and then pay
another deposit and pay another deposit?
Yeah.
Do it on Klarna. I mean, look, everybody does it.
Do you know about Klarna?
Listen,
I noticed that the other day.
Listen, Klarna's good.
Right.
Klarna works. And listen, as long as you don't dilly-dally with the payments, Klarna's all right. There ain't no problem paying it over 3 months.
But you need to have a Klarna card, right?
Nah, man, you just need a Klarna account and you do it, and then it gives you a card number, and then you're done. There's no, you're done. There's no, you don't need a card. You don't need a tapper or nothing like that. Just do it for the phone.
I see Klarna everywhere. I have actually, talking about payments and things like that, I've been paying, I've got a PayPal account, and I realized you can pay for things over £30 over 3 months. So I've done a bit of stupid shopping this month. I've spent £100 here, £100 there, but over 3 months, thinking, all right, I don't have to worry about that to next month. So how are Man United going to run this deal with Cunha? Can we clarify, Mr. B? Do you have to pay the full price, or can you just chop it up?
I think for the release, I think you have to pay the full price. I'm not sure. I don't think it would have to be as in, one payment of 62 mil, but maybe 2 payments of 31.5. I mean, if they go higher, which I heard that was the initial thing, to pay an extra 5 million, incentives and extras, then that would have covered it. But look, maybe Wolves are digging their heels in. I mean, we've done all of this hard work, so there's no way that they haven't spoken to Wolves in the process. So maybe Wolves are just twisting it a little bit. Give us an extra million in the first year, or an extra 2 million in the first year. I mean, I'm hearing that they want the deal paid off within 3 years anyway. Whether that's right or wrong, but we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. So either way, I don't know how they're going to make this move, but you'll say they could pay 31, and that would just go over, and they would accept that. So it's just down to Wolves from what they accept. But I know in Spanish football, every contract in Spanish football, you do have a minimum fee release clause, don't you? Which is part and parcel of it. Every player would have to have that in their contract. And how do you feel about that? Do you think that should be introduced into the Premier League as well? So when you sign a contract, you can say, right, 20 million minimum fee.
No, I'm quite happy how it is. Leave, just don't change. Don't. Yeah, it's working. There's no point in changing this. So no, the Spanish government, when they do this, they've got to go to the Spanish FA and show them that they've got the funds. Blah blah blah. No. We'll just leave as is. We leave as is.
So as we can see here from Simon Warner, Cunha's made 92 appearances for Wolves, scoring 33 goals, which is pretty good for a guy.
His record will be better than that with us. I'm convinced he'll have a better record than that with us. But
apparently his XP's rating for this season, previous season before that, he didn't score as many as he did this season. But apparently he's exceeded his projected goals and assists this year. So they're saying because he's gone over that, the likelihood is it would level up and he'd get a lot less next season. So he just had an outstanding season. Basically, they're saying it's just maybe a one-off, you know.
Oh,
And
that's
you're saying,
typical. That's typical, isn't it? A player that we're signing now, all of these negative stats are coming out. I'm not interested in none of the negativity. I'm glad he's playing.
yeah.
Eye test looks and shows you what he can do when he's dopping man on the pitch. So no, I don't have any problem with Cunha. I'll trust my eye. I'll trust my eye test.
And would he be coming on the tour? I mean, if he's signed in the next few days, is there likelihood that he would go on tour as well? Or would
No,
he?
no, the tour's finishing on it's a game tomorrow. I'm sure it's 1:45 tomorrow, and then there's a game on Friday, and that's it. They fly back and they'll go on holiday. So
Oh,
he'll do his thing. They'll sign him. He'll show his shirt and the blah blah blah. And then he'll go on holiday and maybe reset himself around pre-season, whenever that is. He's not a full international anyway, is he? So it's not. He ain't
he's
gonna have nothing to
Brazilian,
do in
isn't
the summer.
he?
Yeah, but he's not international yet.
I think he's played a couple of caps. I think he's had a couple of
Okay.
caps.
But hopefully he doesn't get a call up and he has a good summer's rest. He can go and find his house, go do whatever, finds the route into training, whatever he needs to do. So when the time comes for pre-season, he's up and rearing to go, man.
There's a lot of Portuguese-speaking players in this club, isn't there? With Bruno, Dalot, Casemiro. So hopefully these guys will, help him to settle in. Because as you know, Wolves have a lot of Portuguese-speaking players because they got a deal, didn't they? They had an arrangement whereby they could sign top Portuguese players for ages, but they were doing that for a long time, weren't they? That's how they made themselves sustainable. So he's probably happy there, speaking Portuguese with half his teammates, more likely. But at least we've got 3 or 4 at the club.
Yeah, no, listen, you forgot about Amarin. You said all those Portuguese and you didn't say Amarin.
Most importantly, the manager, of course. Of course. What do you just quickly, I just want to ask you, Mr. B, I mean, because you're talking about windows and things like that. Do you recall when there were no transfer windows and you can make signings anytime throughout the season? I mean, why can't we just go back to that where you can just make signings wherever?
No, I like it like this. I like it. I like the fact that there's a cut off. I would rather you couldn't sign anybody in January. You just stuck with what you've got. You're making decisions at the beginning, and it's tough, rightly or wrongly. You can't improve. If you have 20 injuries, it's just bad luck. I like it. I like it. There's a little bit of little bit of jeopardy to it now. I wouldn't want it to be open the whole. So yeah, I do remember the window, and they talk about free movement of this and free movement of that, but let's be honest, man. It's nothing beats the closing of the transfer window. I hope that we're not even. I hope that we're not even in it. I hope that last 2 weeks we're not even thinking about buying. It's all about who we're going to get out. I would love that.
Big shout out Bart saying Lindelof speaks Portuguese. Obviously played for Benfica.
Yeah, he won't be there anyway, so we don't need to be talking about him.
Entertaining saying here, I thought we were playing players from Malaysia League tomorrow. It's players from Southeast Asia leagues, and there's a good one here, which we're going to lead on to. Adil, how you doing, Adil? He's saying here, not much excited with Delap. Sorry, United should look for championship players. Look at Leeds or Sunderland, better players, less amount. Just to touch on that, because obviously Rory Delap's son, Liam Delap, he's scored 10, 11 goals this season for relegated Ipswich, and he could be available for a certain price. But the news is, Mr. B, which this might excite you, Man United are keen on a summer deal for Hugo Etike. What's his name?
Etike.
Etike.
Yeah.
All right. So we know about this guy, we've talked about him for years. They're apparently we're in advanced stages of initial planning around a formal bid. The Red Devils have held positive discussions with the players' representatives and are prepared to launch a serious offer as they look to replace the struggling Rasmus Haaland in attack. United's plan is to make an official offer of around 50 million, although Frankfurt wants 67 to 75 million for the 22-year-old striker. Now, this guy has banged a lot of goals since he's gone to Frankfurt. I remember that he scored against Spurs as well in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. He was playing in French football, got signed by Paris Saint-Germain, couldn't get in the side. Then he's gone off to Germany and he's really shown his class this season. I mean, is this someone that excites you at 22 years old a lot more than maybe Osimhen or Roy Delap's son?
Definitely not more than Osimhen. He's my first choice, but we're never going to get him. Um, Over Delap, maybe I'm just being bougie. I've seen Delap play. Um, I do like his physicality. I like the fact that he doesn't look like he takes much nonsense on the pitch, but he played for Ipswich. Premier League proven, yes. 12 goals, Premier League proven, yes. But he played for Ipswich. It's a TK, obviously, he had a European run, so he's got that pedigree, but we have no idea if he can do it in the Premier League, and that's the difference. 12
Well,
goals is good for him, I suppose, for Delap. I would rather take Etatike. That's just because I think Delap is. I don't know. I said I had that feeling about um, Harry Kane when we could have got him for about 50 million 2 years before he blew up, and then once he starts scoring, you think, oh, we could have had that in our team,
yeah.
So the fact that he's English, I'm happy with that. The price is the part that you're really happy with, because even if he has a stinker, chances are he doesn't hit the ground running at our club. We're a strikers graveyard, so graveyard. So maybe he wouldn't, 2 years we wouldn't lose our money.
What do you know about TK? Because obviously he's highly rated, highly regarded, but as an athlete, his height, his presence, his strength, his
His
abilities.
physicality, his running. He plays like a proper striker. I think he's got everything. Yeah, but to
Okay,
be fair, I think
yeah,
his ceiling is probably higher than the laps
yeah.
as well. From what I haven't seen much, but what you see of him technically, he seems to guide past defenders. I'm just not. I'm just not. We need to be linked with somebody else in case this Delap deal goes pear shaped. For whatever reason, we seem to be involved in these transfer battles with Chelsea. I don't know if it's personal. I don't know if it's boardroom level. Um, but he could choose Chelsea over us, no problem. Chelsea have got Champions League now. He said that he wanted European football. That's the part of it that I'm not really, you either want to come to us like Cunha did, regardless of whoever came in, or now you're waiting to see, are Chelsea going to offer me, are they they qualified for Champions League, so that's not what he's waiting for. There was a lot of positivity obviously about Delap coming, but just get the other one in. If that's who you get him in early, don't go overboard. Don't stink the place out so that we can't sell him on. We can't loan him out because people can't afford the wages. If he doesn't want to come, move on quickly. Move on quickly.
Let's see what the guys in the chat are saying about this, because obviously um, they know a lot about the European game and seeing him at Frankfurt this season. I entertained him saying he liked the days where you sign players and you didn't know what they looked like. Um, Andrew's saying here, STK, good talent, but not sure he would transfer to the EPL.
Mm.
Why? For what reason would you say that? I'm just curious.
Do German strikers do well over here?
I think he's got the attributes to do well. It depends what team you're playing for. I think when you see him, he's tall, rangy, scores with his head, wiry, strong, slippery, holds up the ball well, links up well, scores goals, and I think he'd be a good signing. I don't think there's any issue about the physicality with his attributes. El Hila want to
El
sign,
Hilal.
want to reply from Bruno by Thursday. He says he will leave United when the club decides to cash in on him.
I ain't
That's what
selling
Simon.
Bruno,
We'll come
man.
back to that. As good as Delap is, he should be a second or third striker, says Barr. If bought, he cannot instantly turn into Robbie Fowler or Alan Shearer, two great strikers from the past. I prefer Delap, says I'm turning titanium. So does Andrew Willen prefer Delap when we're talking about STK. I wonder if Liam prefer a ball like Rory, says I'm titanium. And Alan Harris is saying here, Delap needs more time, but better than what we have currently. So there you go. I mean, you've got to go for someone better, because clearly we're not scoring enough goals. He's more suited to EPL. He's more suited to EPL, not 100% on that. I never thought Isaac would play well here, says Andrew Williams. I think it depends on the side you're playing for. United should have signed Jonathan David. Also, signing Duran over Delap is a good
I mean,
idea.
the Jonathan David one. Sorry, the Jonathan David one is weird. He's been available on a free, like everybody's known, and it doesn't seem to be. Well, is he not that good? Is
He's
he?
Canadian.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's weird.
you make a good point there, Mr. B, because all this time he's been available, playing for Lille, highly rated, good stats or whatever, scored a few goals. But like you say, he's going for free, and there's no news, there's no confirmed news that he's going anywhere at the moment. So that's a worrying sign. And if maybe he wants too much money, who knows what it is.
It could be.
Also mentioned Duran there. He used to play for Villa. He's gone to Saudi, I think, and he's scoring a lot of goals out there. So that's from Bart. We got Speed, says Andrew Williams. Talking about his attribute, yeah, clearly with FTK. Rory's also born in England, obviously with a homegrown quota. FTK was really good at Rems, says Bart, for sure. Tyrone likes the look of FTK. We've got Delap is a perfect backup off the bench, says Andrew Williams. These are very slow coming through. Irish grandparents, he could play for Ireland. You know what I heard the other day? I heard that we were going to go in for Jack Grealish. Funny enough.
I heard that on the radio. You know what? These people talk such shit. They said if we had qualified for the Champions League, we would have definitely got Jack Grealish. I'm sorry. The man's an alcoholic. Why we want him at our club? You know what I mean? I don't get that. These people talk shit, and nobody pulled him up on it. He heard from blah blah blah. It was a done deal. Nobody in the press, not one person, even hinted at. Man United don't do deals like that. Yeah, he's gonna leave Man City to come to Manchester United. Yeah, of course. People talk bollocks, man.
Simon saying here looks like Onana's on his way out, according to reports. We're interested in James Trafford. That'd be suitable for his name, wouldn't it, coming to Old Trafford? Young Trafford James. Adil saying here, Joel from Leeds, 19 goals, could cost 15 million. And Bellham's little brother is leaving Sunderland. He could be 20.
Do you reckon he'll leave? They've just got into the Premier League.
I think he's going Frankfurt. He was in Germany, wasn't he? He's in Germany at the moment, looking at clubs to move to.
No, I don't think he leaves. I'll be honest. I don't think he leaves. Sunderland on the Premier League now. I don't think he leaves that.
Yeah, but the guy scored their winning goal. Who already signed for Bournemouth, I think, or one of his sides.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Do you see the?
Okay.
All right. Yeah, Alan, always welcome. Thanks for joining the Man United agenda. I'm going to read out your comments because of that. No Champions League is seriously going to cost us.
No, you're
Is it really going to?
Yes. Yeah, but anybody in the Champions League, everybody in the Champions League is £100 million better off than we are already.
Agreed. But we got a small squad to work with. We know we're only doing domestic stuff, cups and league next season. Maybe it's an opportunity to build that sort of tight unit, United's players, all in one harmony, without this huge squad playing different competitions in Europe and taxing our energy resources,
I tell you what, that sounds good now. You see, come Wednesday, Thursday, come Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next year. Oh, I didn't want to be in Europa. I moaned. Bruv, we're going to be doing nothing.
Training. We're going to be on the training field getting better.
Yeah, but that's not on TV, man. That's not the same. We can't have a watch along in training of them training. You know what I mean?
We should buy a drone. Let's buy a secret Man United agenda drone and set it up. We can do it from home, I want Bruno to stay. I know I'm in a minority, but he's still got a lot to offer. You're not in a minority there. A lot of people want him to stay, to be fair, Kieran. Hope you're doing well, Kieran, by the way. Ollie Watkins wants to leave. Could or would we shine in? He's 29, coming on 30. I think it's a bit too late for him.
Yeah, unless we're going to get him for 20 million, which we're not, then no. Ollie Watkins, no. I'm not saying he wouldn't be a good signing, and if we could get him cheap, then yeah, but no, I'll go somewhere else.
Just want to say, big up to We Deserve Better. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. Says hi on Monday. He's calling me on Monday. And Mr. B in the chat. I'm upset. I don't want people calling me on Monday anymore. That goes out to Bath Time, to Errol, and to anyone else in the chat. Now, I hope you're doing well. We deserve better. Long time no see. Good, nice to see you. Talking about Jonathan David, saying he's overrated. Haitian, Canadian, brought up in the USA. And what else we got here? Simon saying here, can we get more young players to give cover for our walking wounded?
That's what we want.
All right, just quickly, Mr. B, I'll just run through a few more news stories. Monaco have got on their shortlist an ex-Man United goalkeeper who's played pretty well for Fiorentina this year, David De Gea. So yeah, they want to get him in to play in French football. Fiorentina in talks to keep De Gea and extend his contract until 2028 as a priority. So obviously they like him. They like what they've got with De Gea. Whereas we're having goalkeeper problems. De Gea took a year out, didn't he? He didn't really leave us and go straight to a club. Found a club in Fiorentina. And they've done all right in the European competition, I think. Got knocked out maybe in the semi-final, maybe. But he's done all right. He's moved on. He's getting on with his life, and he's got some interest in him naturally because he's a good shot stopper. And yeah, he's someone from the past, isn't he? That we have to look on and say what could have been. But yeah, I'm sure, Mr. B, you were one of the ones, weren't you, who were saying at the time that it was right that De Gea should leave the club. Weren't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did, but let's be honest, he wasn't doing great before he left. I know in hindsight, you know, we probably have got a worse goalkeeper, but his levels have dropped off so much for us that we needed a change anyway. We just got the wrong one.
So just quickly, this is a question to you, Mr. B. I'm not going to do a poll, but I will ask the people in the comments. Everyone seems to be upset with Onana, and after seeing against Aston Villa, the Turkish guy, Biende, make some mistakes as well. We've got serious problems with goalkeeping. Is it possible, with all this talk about Monaco going in for De Gea, should United try to bring in De Gea and bring him back home to replace Onana? Just throw it out there. It might sound stupid, but Mr. B, what's your thoughts on that?
Not a hope in hell.
Okay. I'll leave it as that. Guys in the comments, that's a no. I imagine it's a no from you as well. We don't want to go back. It's like going back to get Johnny Evans, isn't it? De Gea here. Yeah, this is what I wanted to hear because it's true. We easily forget. De Gea had a terrible last season, but no saying he wouldn't have bounced back. Okay. And I entertain and say, yeah, he would. All right, next piece of news. As we mentioned earlier, about Bruno Fernandes. Now, Bruno Fernandes has been handed a major ultimatum heading into the transfer window opening. El
Hilal, yeah.
Hilal have handed Fernandes a £700,000 a week contract. I want to know by Thursday whether he would be willing to accept those terms. Now, I'm sure he would accept those terms. £750,000. So £700,000 a week. Bruno is 30 years old. Is he ready to move to this retirement league, or do you think he's going to stay on and push on with Man United? What would you do?
Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? Ronaldo?
Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, Bruno. Sorry, my brain went dead there. No, I'm keeping him. I keep telling you, let Bruno leave on a free. Let him leave. Let him. He's done his job. Let him leave on a free. I'm not really interested in him going. You know, if they're going to offer, you know, 300, 200 million, which to me is proper money, then fine.
Okay.
But yeah,
but isn't it down to Bruno? I mean, if Bruno turns around and says, "Look, I want this dough. I want this 750 grand, 750 grand, well, 750. I keep saying 750, 700 grand a week. It's ridiculous money."
No, it is. But
if he says I want to go, then it's down to the club. He said if the club want me to go, it's not just if the club. It's actually if he wants that. He would come back and say, "Look, I want a piece of the pie. I want a piece of this money." And then it's not down to he's trying to play silly buggers where he would say, "Yeah, oh, the club wanted me to go. I said that already." When really, it's an offer that he probably won't get in the future where he's getting that sort of money. He's still a valuable asset. I mean, most clubs in Europe would love to have a player like Bruno Fernandes. And he's, when you think about it, someone must be in his ear saying to him, "Look, you're going nowhere with Man United. You're wasting your career." Players, when he goes to Portugal camp, players like Ronaldo, you can't imagine Ronaldo saying positive things about Man United state we're in. He was the one who came out and just trashed us about our stadium and our training facilities and everything else. So it's an interesting one, that one. I didn't think he would do it, but Bruno's been a really positive influence around the club as a captain as well. I think he's a good role model. We've seen that with Elanga, especially talking highly of him when he was coming through the ranks and how he really helps out and he's a top player. And we really relied on him last season to get us those goals and assists and really drive the team forward. So it's a tough one, but it's down to Bruno at the end of the day. But if he does go, I would be gutted, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. I know there's a lot of people. I know there's a lot of people got hate for him. But if we didn't have him this season, yeah, maybe somebody else would have filled in. Maybe somebody else would have filled in. But no, man, I can't. I don't see why people want to get rid of Bruno. I understand he's flailing on his arms, and he's histrionics, but just think, just goals wise, the goals that we actually scored this season. If we did not have Bruno, as much as people, I just don't get the hate. I don't get the hate. The numbers he's putting in, yes, he gives the ball away, and we're all frustrated. I get it. But just look at his numbers, man. We would have been finished this season. Finished. We thought we were bad. Like, we would have been in the fight with Southampton and Leicester. I'm convinced.
Wow. That's a big call. But yeah, no doubt. For me, he's our best player. I think he's just outstanding for us. And Tyrone said here, Man United are missing an opportunity. If he's not sold, 100 million would be too good to refuse. And Simon saying, Bruno, our only fit player, good leader of men. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I totally agree with you. Let's see what else we got here. We've got Till All Are One. Okay, welcome to the show, Till All Are One. It says here, we could sell Bruno and make a complete rebuild. Does that take us forward or back? Man?
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure it makes sense, because we know what Bruno can do. If it's not a guarantee what players do for clubs coming in, so we get rid of Bruno. I get it. If we get we've got Cunha coming in. If we got Mbeumo plus somebody else, another proper 10. Okay, Bruno. We're hoping that Bruno would be playing as the 10. We're then going to need 2 8s. So then we keep Bruno and buy a proper 8. I would rather play Bruno as the 10, keep him in his buy 2 proper 8s. So I'm not.
You know what? I couldn't say Till All Are One. It's Andy Tate. Andy, how are you? Nice to see you, man. And hopefully we will finish it up soon. Hopefully we're going to see you this week back on the show. The return of Andy Tate. Till all are one. That's like a Shakespeare quote, isn't it? Till all are one. All together, one for all and all for one. He's been watching D'Artagnan, or the Musketeers, or that kind of thing.
Transformer version, yeah.
Yeah. Big up Andy Tate, man. It's a long time, right? He made me smile. All right, but going back to Alan, he's saying here, Bruno would be better if he isn't captain.
Who would you have captain?
People were saying Delap in the comments earlier.
Yeah. If he could stay fit, that's the problem with these players. It's all well and good having I understand you want to have a captain. Bruno don't get injured. Delap, they've kept his injury quiet the last part of the season. They haven't even said what the injury was. Up until the final, people, is he gonna play? Is he gonna not play? Blah blah blah. Sometimes it's too secretive.
Yeah, most certainly. All right, just looking at the wish list that people want, whether it's realistic or not. But Adam Wharton, and someone was playing at Blackburn Rovers in the Championship not so long ago, and seems to have bypassed all the scouts. Aren't people watching Championship football? I don't know, but real talent. I'm really impressed by his ability. But Tyrone's saying he should be a definite purchase. I'm not sure if he's available, if he would be available. But there's a lot of players at Palace. I mean, we'd be linked with Eze, Adam Wharton, and the centre back, wasn't he? Good England centre back, Gay, and is Henderson their goalkeeper? Yeah. Ex-Man United, yeah.
Oh,
and of course Mateta up front. So Palace have got some really proven Premiership players that
Mm.
maybe they can get some value from. Who was the last player that we bought from Palace, Mr. B?
From Palace.
Yeah.
Trying to think we've got in our team.
Guys in the comments, don't give it away. Who was the last player Man United bought from?
I have no idea. I know you're not going to tell me Steve bloody Coppell.
No.
I don't know who we bought from Palace. Oh no, man!
Come on, it's easy.
Oh
what
shit!
It is,
oh damn! Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka.
Sorry. Oh god, yeah. Sorry.
Let me ask you, because we live in London. Right? I just want to put this out to you. So we bought Wilfred Zaha. He's come up to Manchester. He's a London boy, South London boy. Come up to Manchester. Something went wrong. And a lot of allegations, rumours, whatever. But something went wrong, and it didn't work out for him in Manchester, and he was sent back down to Crystal Palace. Wan-Bissaka's come up as a potential top player. It was a good signing at the time, I believe, because he was got a lot of potential. But we've got rid of him. He's gone back to London. Is there an issue with sort of certain players coming up to London and coming up from London and settling in Manchester?
Was he bad? Was he bad for us? Did he play? Was he bad for us? Like anything else at our club, we need to find a scapegoat, and he turned into a scapegoat. When he's gone down to West Ham, he got Hammer of the Year. So let's not get it twisted. They've got a class player. They've got a class. I mean, to be fair, he's doing stepovers and running down the wing for us. Stuff that we wanted him to do and didn't think he could technically do for us. Man United is, I tell you, man, the freedom of getting away from that shirt, bruv. It weighs heavy on the mind and on the soul, man. And it's a big relief.
How is Wan-Bissaka playing at West Ham? Is he playing in a way where you think, oh God, we gutted?
Well, he's running forward. He's doing stepovers.
Oh, all right. So you're looking at him as thinking, oh, well, you're gutted. He's gone.
No, I'm glad he's gone.
All right,
because he had his opportunity to do stepovers and stuff with us. Yeah. But it's like we got him as the defender. I mean, he probably could have done a job, but would he have done the job at right back? No. Would he have done the job in the back three? Probably not. Right wing back.
So who's a bigger loss, Wan-Bissaka or McTominay? Because you didn't really fancy either of them players. Who's a bigger
loss?
Yeah.
I've got to be saying McTominay just won the league with bloody Napoli, so I'm going to say McTominay in it. But I wasn't a fan of I wasn't a fan of McTominay. I don't understand box crashing football. I don't understand midfielders who can't pass 5 yards. Don't get me wrong, what he's done in Napoli, he's transformed this season. Let's not get it twisted. But
let me just throw this out to you, because I was just talking about this about Wilfred Zaha and Wan-Bissaka come up to Manchester from London. There's a change. I mean, Tyrone's done it himself. He's a Londoner, but he's living up north. He said moving up north as a Londoner must be hard. It is boring up north, but someone like Wharton is openly honest about living like a hermit. This is the kind of player that Man United needs. Now, it is, look, I think there's a big difference between London and Manchester and the Northwest. If you're serious about your football, look at David Beckham. He's a London player. He went up there, he settled, he got into it, and it was all about football. But I think there is something in it that, you hear about stories about ex-players going to a club and still driving 2 hours a day to get to training because they don't want to settle in the area and that kind of thing. So these are factors that we have to consider a lot of the time when you're signing players. Are they Northern boys? Are they, will they settle in the area? Will they be comfortable? We've seen a lot of failures like that. I think it was Jamie Redknapp was a South London boy or Bournemouth player, wasn't he? And he went up to Liverpool, but he seemed to settle there and do all right. But there is a huge difference. I say this from my own personal experience. Every time I've gone up north to Manchester, I felt to myself I couldn't live here. I used to go there when I was at university age. Some of my friends went to Manchester University, and we used to go up there for party weekends and things,
Is that what you called it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but I must be honest. I found it kind of scary at times, especially going out around there. Some of these guys, you walk around. There's me with my pretty face, and seeing some hardened guys up there with hard faces. it's kind of it's different, and it's a bit intimidating, to be honest. You have to be. I ended up walking a couple of days. I'm walking around like, yeah, you want some, because everyone looks so hard and look tough, and the wind as well. It's a different kind of cold up north. You know, it is. It's a different kind of cold. You, Mr. B, you know that. You know that. What's your experience, Mr. B, going up north?
I love Manchester. I love Manchester. I don't have any problem with Manchester at all. Man. Cold, you know me and cold, brother. I don't do cold. But no, I don't have a problem. Birmingham's the one that kind of throws me off, bruv. Birmingham throws me off. I
What is it
prefer
about Birmingham that throws you?
I don't know. It just seems a lot. It just seems a lot slower than Manchester for me. Maybe it isn't. But maybe, you got your preference. You go to Manchester, you got your state, you've got something to do. Birmingham's more, So yeah, I prefer Manchester to Birmingham.
Yeah. But I suppose once you live somewhere, you know, as rough as somewhere might seem, once you live there, it's fine. You feel all right, Kieran's saying here, I live in Manchester. If you find it scary here, you're going to go to the wrong places. This is a long time, like 20, 30 years ago. I find people up north friendlier. It must be scary for people coming up to London.
Yeah, serious. As soon as you hit Watford, everybody gets ignorant, innit?
Yeah. But the water up north is much better. Do you not get fed up with London's hard water? I don't drink tap water, but I shower in it. So maybe there's something in that as well. All right, couple more questions. So we're going to wrap it up very soon. But just want to say big up to everyone, especially all the newbies as well. We've got
the ones who returned.
Yeah, and obviously Tate is in the house as well. Nice to see you. Hopefully we'll see you later in the week. But yeah, we are on tour. Games kick off like early hours in the morning, Mr. B, right?
I don't know if it's. I saw 1:45. Right. Hold on. Let me get my arm. I see.
Will anyone be watching the games? Is it a MUTV
tomorrow? 13:45. Yeah. It's in the afternoon.
In the afternoon.
It's in the afternoon. Yeah.
You know what? I shouldn't say this to lie, but you know what I'm going to do?
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I'm going to say it. I'm working tomorrow and early, so it means it's supposed to finish at 4:00. And I know I had a urology appointment booked for tomorrow at 2:30 in the hospital, but they texted me and said, "Oh, it's been cancelled." And I wasn't going to go anyway, because I don't want them messing with my getting their finger and doing whatever they do. I don't know. I'm dreading it, but I wasn't going to go in the first place. So I still got a letter. So what I might do is go into work tomorrow at 12 midday. Say, guys, I've got to go. And then come back and put on MUTV. Have you had, because it seems like they're desperate to get me up there. Have you had a urology appointment?
How old are you?
I'm 50.
Yeah, that's why. Bruv, people make out like it's some big. Bruv, just relax. Bruv, honestly, but I'm telling you, bro, I went there and I was ready to. The man went, bloop, bloop, done. I said, bruv, is that it? He said, yeah, finished. It's not, bruv. If you go in there, bruv, it don't take no time. And when it's finished, you think, was that it? Was that it, bruv? That's what maybe I just had a good one. Maybe I had a man with a small hand. I don't know, but it wasn't.
I want a man with a slow hand. I want a man with easy touch. I want a man who can take his time. Oh dear.
No, honestly, bro, get it. Honestly, I'll be honest. Maybe we need to do a prostate cancer show. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's not what I. It's not. You know what? You know what? It's time to go. You see when he starts like this, it's time to go, man. It's time to go, man.
Yeah,
but yeah, honestly, for real though, on a serious note, Yabba, it's not as bad.
What do you call it?
Yeah. Bloop, bloop.
That's like the police pulling you over.
Oh, I tell you, man. we are bloody hopeless.
That's a
But you
relief.
know,
Thanks, Mr. B.
it starts. It starts with you guys. See what you've done. See what you've done to us now, right? You see what you've done, yeah, guys. Look, we will be back tomorrow. We will be
All
back
right,
tomorrow.
yeah, that's what I'm doing, Alan. Yeah, great value. Fire sticks, MVTV. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
set. We're set. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Obviously, we've making a few changes to Man United agenda. You're going to see a fresh, brand new Man United agenda. We are doing refurbishments throughout the summer to come back bigger, stronger, faster, and better than before. And so that's the aim. So we do appreciate all your support. But as for now, we're going to sign out, and it's going to be a lack of notch from me.